So I think about every beauty YouTuber out there says this, but I really mean it this month. September flew by. It seems like I had just filmed my August favorites for you guys, and here I am doing September. So for me personally, without a doubt, September flew by. I think we all have months where some of them drag by and some of them fly by, and September absolutely did that. I have to say, living in New England, fall is absolutely here. The leaves are just starting to change, and we went apple picking, which I'll mention more about at the end of this video. But enough with the tangents that you guys know I love to get into. I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into these favorites because I actually have a lot to share with you guys. Even though the month flew by, there's still a lot. My first favorite this month, I have to say, is my haircut. Are you guys proud of me? I'm actually wearing my hair down, and you can thank my new hairstylist for that. I don't know if my previous hairstylist just gave me a weird haircut that time or what, but it just was so horrible that I could not wear it down. It just, I also don't know if it was because it was in the middle of summer and my hair gets a lot frizzier, but I really don't think that was it. Because I can still feel, even though the humidity's gone down just like a little bit, not much at all, my hair just, I can wear it down better. What happened was my previous haircut, it was like two haircuts in one. It was just like, I had like a layer, bam, here, and it just was like poof. And then I had the long layers. It's just so much better and so much different, and I'm sure you guys are happy because I'm sure you were tired of seeing me wear it like the half up, half down hairdos or whatever I was wearing. I know I wasn't wearing it down at all for a very long time in my videos. So yay for that. I also haven't washed it, so pardon the frizziness. The style is a lot better than what you're seeing now, but at least I'm wearing it down. So that definitely is my #1 favorite, and I can't wait to go to her again because we're talking about doing some highlights and hair color because I'm tired of this like jet black hair, because sometimes I feel like I look like Michael Jackson. If you guys ever hear like water in the background, I think I mentioned this in a previous video a couple months back, but it's my fish tank. Our fish tank is like right there, like literally probably 5 feet away from me. So it sounds a lot louder after I edit the video. I'm like, oh my gosh, you can really hear the water fountain. The fish tank. There is a fish tank 6 feet across from me. I have no idea if I was just saying water fountain the whole time, but it's a fish tank, not a water fountain. I'll try to put some like background music or something like that so it's not as distracting. You guys let me know if it's kind of like a distracting thing. But anyway, I'm going to go into these makeup favorites. So the everyday lipsticks I was wearing at the beginning of September through, I would say, up until last week, is these two flower lipsticks. So the first flower lipstick is in Petal Kiss, and I know I mentioned this before, but I've just been loving it for a while now. It's just a beautiful everyday sort of lipstick color. It looks like nothing in the tube, but it's just a beautiful pink nude color. There it is on the swatch right there, and I can honestly say the way it swatches on my hand is the way it looks on my lips. Like, it's just true to form there, and I think it's one of those chameleon pinky nude lipsticks that just kind of adjusts to the pigmentation of your lips, and I've just been loving it every day. It's just a lipstick that I can just put on without even thinking about how I'm going to match it with an outfit. So this one I purchased actually when I went down to Florida. I got it then when I went to the Super Walmart near my mom. My aunt and I, we went to Walmart, and I told them about the Drewberry Moore line and showed it to them, and I actually talked to my mom and my aunt into getting one makeup line in her collection, and I bought it for them as like a gift. So this is in the color Ginger Lily, and it's a really unique, interesting interesting color. Let me swatch it for you. This is Ginger Lily right here. It's, as you can see, it's a beautiful, I would say, coral, like a deep coral color next to Petal Kiss there. And I hope the camera's picking up how much more of a sheen Ginger Lily has next to Petal Kiss. I hope that's showing up so you guys can kind of tell the formula difference between the white and the black tube packaging. So Ginger Lily is quite interesting. It shows up like this on my lips. I would have to say it shows up a little bit deeper on my lips than it shows up here. Just like a half a shade darker, not much at all. But because of that reason, I was like, well, this might be a great transition from summer to fall lipstick, and it absolutely is. The next lipstick item and last is another little cheat, and it's the color I'm wearing today. It's beautiful. I don't think I've ever felt this way about a lipstick, and probably ever since I first started getting into makeup and trying all the like beautiful cult classic MAC lipsticks. I don't know. I don't know what it is about this color, but I love it. And it's the color Bumble by ColourPop. I think I just mentioned I'm wearing it today very lightly. And it's going to be in my haul as well. And honestly, you guys, I got this like 4 days ago, and I'm putting it in my September favorites because that's how much I love it. And you will probably see it in my October and November favorites like all fall long. Like, I can already tell you this is like my top 5 lipsticks of all time. It's just beautiful. So enough with talking about it. Let me go ahead and swatch it as well, even though I am wearing it today. I will swatch it next to Petal Kiss. There is Bumble by ColourPop in all its glory. And if I didn't mention, this is the Ultra Matte lipsticks. I've never purchased one before. This is like one of the first ones I've purchased. I did get another one, and I will mention that in my haul. But I have very dry lips, let me tell you that. And you can see the lines a little bit, but it's just that like natural lines that matte lipsticks kind of form to your lips. It's nothing bad or anything like that. It's just, I'm probably getting too close. But Bumble, oh my goodness, Bumble, you've changed my life so much I can't even talk. And I think I might have mentioned this before. I'm sorry if these are a lot of repeats. I swear I have other blushes and everything. I just really want to be honest with you guys and tell you what I'm really grabbing all the time. I experiment a lot, but these are the ones that I'm definitely pulling out. And it's Nars Madly. It's just a beautiful, lovely color. When I wear it by itself, it just gives enough flush to my cheeks where I can wear it with any look. If I wear just like, if I just want a little bit of life on my cheeks because I'm running out the door very quickly, this is the blush I grab. If I'm wearing a very neutral, everyday look with a everyday sort of pinky nude or nude lipstick like my Petal Kiss by Flower, or just like any kind of nude lipstick, this looks great with it. If I'm going for like a smoky eye and a nude lipstick, it looks great. And just vice versa, just like a bold lip, neutral eye, and just want some color to my cheeks, this is it. Like, this is just a wonderful blush. This kind of has an interesting story behind it. It's the MAC Sharon Osbourne collection that came out. I can't remember when it came out. I think it was last year, but anyway, the Kelly and Sharon Osbourne collection by MAC. This was from the Sharon side. It has this bronzer here and a highlight there. Let me zoom in a little closer. There's the bronzer and there's the highlight. So this I almost got rid of twice. That's the story behind this poor little thing. I was cleaning out my makeup collection and really trying to only keep makeup items that I was using, and the bronzer didn't do anything for me. I ordered it online and it's just so orange. It's too orange for me as a bronzer. The highlight was pretty. It is pretty, but I felt like it wasn't enough for me to keep the whole thing just for the highlighter. So I was going to get rid of it, and I was like, you know what? Let me try something with this, because the only other highlighter that I was really trying to use up was my Benefit They're Real, and it was when I was trying to do the finish by whatever, and I was just so sick and tired of that Benefit They're Real highlighter because it's like a liquid formula. So I happened to notice this because I must have been still debating on keeping it or not, and must have not put it away and had it in my makeup drawer. So I was like, oh, I'll grab it and use it. And I put this on as I put the bronzer on as a blush, and I got so many compliments that day. Everybody was like, oh, I love your blush. It's very like golden and bronzy, and it complements your skin tone really well. And I was like, oh, thanks. And I kind of like looked in the mirror at the end of the day, and this did not budge. It stayed just as lovely as it did in the morning as it did after like my 8-9 hour work day, and just decided to keep it. So I've been using the bronzer as a blush. I'll wear it again for you guys so you can see how it looks as a blush. I would have worn it today, and I did think about it, but I wanted to try the ColourPop blushes. And the highlighter is great too. I'm actually wearing the highlighter. I have it here and down the bridge of my nose, on my Cupid's bow. I wanted to find a natural, cruelty-free, cleaner ingredient daytime moisturizer. And I really didn't want to cough up the money to purchase the Dermalogica one. I used it years ago and I loved it, but I just didn't want to spend that kind of money yet. So when I saw that this little guy had the cleanser, the daytime moisturizer in it, I was like, I'll just go ahead and get this because it was a more reasonable price. So I have it in the packaging just for video's sake, so you guys can kind of get a full effect of what it looks like when you would purchase it online or in store. Sorry for the glare there, but tilting it seems to be better. But I have been using this, but I will go ahead and open it. The Pacifica Seafoam Face Wash, I've talked about this before. I love it, especially for the summertime because it has that coconut sort of scent to it. So very tropical, but I won't get into it too much because I've talked about it before, but I love it and it's very mild. But I've never talked about this. It's called the Pacifica Dreamy Youth Day and Night Face Cream. Transcends aging, restores signs of youth. It's got Floracell Complex, not really sure what that is, but of course it's got that lovely Pacifica packaging that I just love. But for me, this is more of a daytime moisturizer. It's kind of like a light to medium sort of formula to it. So I think if you have really dry skin, it's probably normal to dry skin. It's probably just kind of like got that daytime moisturizer feel to it. But if you have oily skin, it's probably a good nighttime moisturizer. So it's been working great. It hasn't broken me out. It's got a lovely scent, amazing clean ingredients, which is great because you know that's absorbing into your skin since it's a moisturizer. So the next little guy here, and I've tried this too, is the Pacifica Multi-Mineral BB Cream, all-in-one shade matching technology, and it actually works really good. I'm never been a connoisseur for BB creams. I've tried like one or two, wasn't too impressed with them, but I have to say I really did like this one, and it worked great by itself with some powder if I just wanted to go to the grocery store or whatever. So and it worked good mixing it with my other foundation. So it's really lovely. I think I would actually buy this separately if I was to look for like a really good BB cream with like a very light foundation sort of coverage. And then the last little thing that the kit came with was this Color Quench lip tint in Guava Berry. It's basically a chapstick lip tint, and it's just got this like little mauve-y sort of color to it, just enough to like slightly put a little bit of color to your lips. There it is, right there. So wonderful smell, moisturized my lips quite well. I was very impressed. And yeah, I think it's a great little kit if you're wanting to try out Pacifica's skincare line. I would definitely pick that up. It's great. It would make a great little gift or stocking stuffer, what have you. It's just a great trial size kit for someone really curious about the Pacifica skincare line. So now I'm going to get into the miscellaneous items. First is a pair of shoes. They are the Lucky brand ballet flats. I know, you're like, what? Why is she putting black flats in a favorite? It's like everybody and their mom has a pair of black flats. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you, for years, and when I say years, probably like going on like 8 years now, I've been trying to find a pair of comfortable black flat shoes. I bought Clark flats, J. Crew black flats. I think I even bought a pair of like, not Fossil, but another pair of Lucky brand flats. And I always ended up giving them away or returning them because they were horrible. I went to Florida, went to one of my favorite shops that carries pretty much like Anthropologie and Free People clothes, like at a discount price, and they had these Lucky brand flats, and they were a 7.5, and I was like, oh, they're a half size too big, but I tried them on and they fit wonderfully. They weren't snug, but they fit, and they had this like, cushion insole that gave my foot some support. I wore them half my trip to Florida, never got a bruise. First time wearing them, they're wonderful. I'm getting a brown pair as soon as I can find what kind these are, because like I said, I got another pair of Lucky brand flats, but they didn't have this cushion like these do. So once I can find out what style these are in, I'm getting probably a brown pair, a red pair. Like, I'm just all kinds of excited because I had given up on hope on ever finding a pair of black flats or any flats that would work for me, and I finally did. So they are absolutely a September's favorite, but all-time favorite. And then that brings me to the end of the video. The last thing I wanted to mention to you guys, and I just did this yesterday, but you probably won't see this video for another week. So I guess I should say yesterday in real life time, my boyfriend Steve and I, we went apple picking. It was the first time I've ever gone apple picking. I'm in my mid-30s and I've never gone apple picking. It was just nothing that was a really popular thing to do. I guess growing up in Florida, like I've gone strawberry picking and blueberry picking and pecan picking. It's like big top 3 things in Florida, but apple picking, not so much. So I always heard how much fun it was, but never really realized how much fun it was until yesterday when we went. It was just, the apple orchard was run by, it just had a very like Vermont farm appeal to it. It was just wonderful. If you guys are curious and want to see a lot of pictures of apples and apple trees and me picking them, I put a few on Instagram, and I'll put my Instagram information in the description box below, but check them out there. I also will be uploading them at some point on my blog if you guys want to check it out there. I've been really, it's like I have no blog anymore. I've been awful about it. And we have a lot of apples. We probably have enough apples. We got like a bushel. We were just crazy. We were just having so much fun. Like I had a half a bushel bag. Steve had a half a bushel bag, and we came home and realized, oh my God, what are we doing with all these apples? So we kept a bunch, storing them in our fridge, and we're gonna make tons of apple pie, apple crisp, apple dumplings, and we gave some to his grandparents and his parents. And I think I will leave it there because I'm sure this video will be 15 minutes long again, like all my other videos have been. I apologize. I just love talking to you guys. I don't have very many girlfriends in the area that I live in, and I just feel like this is my catch-up time with all my girlfriends. So yeah, I will leave it there, and I hope you guys are doing wonderful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.